What is up, everybody? Spot of Nerd here with day 28. It is January 28th, 2026. We've almost been doing this for an entire fucking month. You're going to have to forgive the lighting. I have no idea if this is beneficial or not because I can't see shit right now. But been doing some research, been also asking some other good friends of mine. Lighting, what do you do? And jokes aside, a good friend of mine said, you just got to blast yourself with light. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I don't know if I'm going to continue to do it because every time I look up, it goes blank for just a moment. So we'll have to see. Although when I usually go for a title image, I do a little recording beforehand. So I get the title image and then obviously I post it on this video. It actually doesn't look too bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. The quality does look a little bit better. So maybe lighting is the trick. If you're bored out of your mind, I don't blame you, but I would really appreciate it if you stuck around because transparently, it is a bit of a slower news day unless you are not familiar with any of the obvious that is currently going on either in the US or the world. So we're going to just talk about some random stuff, probably keep it nice and simple, but I kind of wanted to go a little bit further. It's going to sound silly, but at the same time, you'll get where I'm going with it. A couple days ago, weeks, whatever it was, 2026, I've been getting a lot of folks commenting or just messaging saying, you should do a dating profile. Bust out Hinge, Tinder, whatever it is, see what happens, but it would be great content if you put that out on your channel doing these live streams. I've always said I would never, ever go near those things, dating sites, ever again in my entire life. But then I kind of realized that maybe actually it might be fun. It might be kind of interesting. And I thought to myself, you know what I'm going to do right now, today? I'm going to go see what Reddit has to say. Now, if you're not familiar with Reddit, you should go check it out. It's interesting because I just thought to myself, I wonder what some stories that people are having on there are like in relation to using Hinge or even some of these other dating apps. And I thought, what a great thing to do tonight than to explore some of these stories that I've come across that will basically just make you go, this is why we can't have nice things. Okay, I have no idea if you guys saw that title video because my computer just froze. It's one of those kind of days, if you get my drift, from technology, from life, and everything else in between. So, right out of the gate, just in case if you guys lose me, I would love you so much so you don't miss out. Subscribe, like, comment. Just take pity out of me if you would. Just do it, please. Love you all so much. But yeah, so and then I figured we would kind of talk some random shit because apparently I was watching some TV last night. Did we always? I don't know. Anybody else realize the fucking Olympics starts next week? The Winter Games. Like, number one, does anybody give a shit? Do people still watch that? I want to be very clear. I said this in the description, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. No disrespect to the athletes. I mean, God bless your country, whoever you're rooting for. Jamaica, actually, I was looking it up. Jamaica has a bobsled team in this Winter Olympics. That alone kind of makes me want to watch it. But again, ultimately, I was like, didn't last time there was an Olympics, there was a certain demographic that basically beat on another certain demographic, allegedly, that kind of got the world pretty pissed off, including myself, yours truly. So yeah, wonder what this year's going to bring, or at least wonder what this Winter Games is going to bring. That's going to be unique. So anyway, just totally random came across my mind. And anybody else? Let me know in the comments. Does anybody really? It's like the Oscars. It's like the these music awards or video or whatever it is. Do people still watch this stuff? Again, I want to be very clear. I'm not discrediting these athletes. They've worked their entire lives to get to this point. But who still watches it? Because to me, I just don't. I guess I just don't understand. Just to be blunt, to be clear, I don't understand. Quite frankly, to me, sports, other than the World Cup, which that is something I will watch. The World Cup is this year. It's coming June 2026. Sadly, England has got the first group. Let's get this out of the way. The World Cup is far superior in every way. It's probably the greatest tournament on the planet. Obviously, that could be a debate that goes on for miles. But ultimately, England are my team. Do they have a chance? We haven't had a World Cup. We haven't won the World Cup since 1966. I very much doubt that we'll go anywhere near it. But it'd be kind of nice to see. Where I'm going with it, this is the first time, or at least very, very long time this has happened. It's going to be in the US. They're spreading it between Canada, US, and Mexico, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've looked at the schedule. The closest game I could get to watching England play would be in Dallas, Texas, against a team that I really just don't care about. So who knows? If England advances, there supposedly are going to be games in Seattle that nobody has any desire to see. They're teams and countries that really nobody cares about, other than they qualified for the World Cup. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll keep you guys posted. If England is able to advance and they are able to kind of play in Seattle, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might actually drop some cash on those games because one of my bucket list items. I don't know if you guys create a bucket list. Tell me your bucket list. Number one on mine is to literally go to Tokyo, which I'm going to do this year. But again, another main one, another big, huge one on there would be to legitimately go to a World Cup and watch England play. I think it would be one of the most amazing experiences of anybody's life, especially if you're a fan of your specific country, me being England. I think it would just be amazing. And this is probably going to be one of those, at least for a very long time, one of those opportunities that, hey, if it actually is in your hometown, your local town, shit, why not? I don't know if I'd fly to Dallas. The other game is like in New York, and I'm like, I'm not fucking touching New York with a 100-mile pole. So that's there. But let me know. Are you guys excited for any of these events? World Cup, Olympics? Again, they're kind of worldly thingies, but I think they're actually pretty cool in one way or the other. I just am curious to see if there's going to be any sort of debates, shall we say, from alleged demographics of certain things that happened last time. But that's beside the point. Let's get on to the fun part, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Hinge, if you're not familiar with it, is a dating app. I also think it's a friend app. Correct me if I'm wrong. I am old. I don't know how this shit works anymore. I have not, give you a little bit of a little backstory, but cliff notes. I have not touched the dating world in years, let alone the friend world in years. I like my peace. I like my quiet. I do have counterparts. I have friends. I have acquaintances. I like my peace. So, but the fact that I'm actually going to be making a dream come true this year, going to Tokyo, Japan, it wouldn't be, I'm not going to lie to you, it would be nice to have somebody to go with. I'm going to be very clear. I still have not officially decided whether or not I'm going to make a profile. Still up for debate. At the same time, if I do, I know for sure, and I'm going to be very clear, it is only going to be for friends. I have zero interest in a romantic sense. But at the same time, you know how it's kind of fun going with a buddy, friend, and you might be asking yourself, well, why don't you just go with a friend or a buddy now? Everybody's poor, so I get it. At the same time, it's like, I'll cover the hotel, you cover your airfare. It would just be nice, the fact that, when you go with a bunch of couples, it might be nice to have somebody else. You know what I mean? And I want to be, like I said, I just want it platonic, casual, nothing serious. But it'd be nice. Maybe go watch even a film once in a blue moon with somebody. Like, again, when I do reviews, just like we did in the past, certain somebody, it'd be kind of fun to do it with a partner. And I'm sure, with Alberto, with Richard, we can build this community and do some really cool shit together. I think it'd be just it'd be fun. Who doesn't enjoy doing things sometimes very minimally with another individual? Perhaps going to a museum, perhaps going to a concert, blah, 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 blah. 99% of the time, though, it's just numero uno, and that's how I like it because it's peaceful. So we'll just say that. But anyway, then I decided today, let's go ahead and see what Reddit has to say about Hinge. Because, of course, if you're not familiar with Reddit, again, it's a giant shitstorm. Let's just be blunt. It's a giant shitstorm of people coming together, divided into groups of your passions, your interests, your loves, blah, 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 blah. And some pretty fucked up shit on there. I'm not going to lie to you. And of course, if you remotely have a different opinion, my God, will you be destroyed? Not in the physical sense, but in a commental sense, I guess, in a social medial sense, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, God forbid you have a different opinion because, man, one day we'll go down that path, but not today. Although it is going to tap in there from what I'm going to show you guys. So let me share this screen here because I want to show you guys some of these posts that I've been coming across. And I'm going to pick you guys one of my favorite ones. You'll notice I have not logged in because no, just fucking no. So yeah, this is a Hinge specific forum. It's got nearly 300,000 people in it. A lot of it, as I scroll, you're going to see here, a lot of it, people just want profile reviews. You know, maybe some folks maybe not aren't getting the best results and they're kind of like, hey, help me out. Love to know what can I do better, photos, blah, blah, blah. And I respect that. I want to be very clear. If you're willing to put, not only if you're willing to put yourself out on these apps to meet somebody, but if you're willing to put yourself out on fucking Reddit, where you're likely going to get destroyed, I respect that. I really, really do respect that because my God, the internet can be the internet sometimes. But came across this fun one. Where was it? Was it this? Minnesota. Da, da, da. I think this was it. No, this wasn't it. Where was it? This was okay. Yeah, here it is. Okay, title: Too soon to ask her to be exclusive. Context: I, 28-year-old male, started talking to a girl, 23 female, at the beginning of the month. Our first date was on the 10th, and I have seen her 9 times since then ish. This last week, she slept over at my apartment 4 to 5 times. We both live in Minneapolis. Ding ding. And have been going to protests. Match made in heaven. But mostly stay inside and having constant hope hippity dippity. It's been amazing. This is my dream woman. Gorgeous, intelligent, knows what she's doing in the bedroom. Okay. Politically aligned, that's for damn sure. Same moral general moral framework and same life family goals. Knows what she likes doing in the bedroom, as in probably having another boyfriend in there, but that's beside the point. So, when do I bring up exclusivity? She had both of us get tested for STDs. I respect that before we started hippity dippity, and I assume she's not seeing anyone else. I personally have been idly chatting a few women, other women, even though this is the dream woman, just in case this one doesn't work out for whatever reason, but stopped actively dating other women. So we're going to keep some side chicks, but just in case. I want to bring it up, but we've also known each other for only 18 days. My last 2 relationships snowballed, but I know my experience aren't the norm. My experience aren't the norm. Yeah. So this is the dating world now. Not only do you need to be politically aligned, which I will be fully transparent, that's going to matter a lot because if I decide to make a profile, you can bet your ass I'm going to post, I'm a conservative, and that's going to rule out 99.9% of y'all out there, just to be blunt. And I'm fully aware of this, but I am not going to bullshit around any of that kind of crap. If you don't like it, move along. Otherwise, hey, respect if you can still appreciate a difference of opinion. Just throwing that out there. So, yeah, what do you guys think of this one? This is the modern dating world. Respect for making sure you're not dirty. But of course, let's be honest, both of y'all are keeping backgrounds just in case this one doesn't work out because after 18 days, things are getting pretty serious. Perfect woman, even though I've got others on the side there. And of course, I can only imagine with Minneapolis, there's definitely going to be a third. Let's be very clear about that. Let's not kid ourselves. So, this, of course, I didn't know this, but it pops up random stuff on the side here. Let's see if we can find something fun. Going on a fifth date with a guy, and I just saw he updated his Hinge profile. Ooh, that looks fun. Let's look at this one. Okay, so I, 28-year-old female, met this guy, 31, 2.5 weeks ago. We had 4 dates so far. Sex is good. He hinted a few times things like, I'll take you doing X activity or I'll teach you Y activity, leading me to think he sees potential, even though you've only seen each other 4 times and you've already given up the milk for free, metaphorically speaking. He cuddles me and basically says he has catching feelings. Getting ready for date number 5 tonight. And he's like, I can't wait to see you. But I just saw in his Hinge profile that he updated a prompt in the last 24 hours. Who would have thought that? Who could have saw that coming? What? That's fucking blowing my mind. If you haven't read the sarcasm, wake up. He also changed several photos on there since I started seeing him. Jesus Christ. We had a conversation about our dating history, and he said that he wasn't seeing anyone else at the moment. I'm so confused about our dating history after 2.5 weeks. And he said that he wasn't seeing anyone else at the moment. Wait, no. I'm not talking to anyone else. And I just looked because after I saw he changed his pictures, I was curious to see if he would keep doing it. How do I play this? I'm very non-confrontational, so I don't really want to bring it up and bring exclusivity up in case he doesn't feel the same way. Yeah, again, that if that doesn't define the way in which the world is from a dating, I don't know what else does. You gave up your innocence, your value, your insert XYZ, and this is my opinion. I want to be very clear. I'm not disrespecting the girl or the man here. You to each his or her own. But I can be something that I've become wiser, I should say, and I don't mean that as a look at me, cocky, whatever. If you've only seen each other 4 times and you've obviously been in the bedroom and you're now wondering why he's changing his update, profile and things like that. Really? Are you serious? Like, come on. Have you had give us some more context. Have you had a conversation about it at least? I know you mentioned at the beginning, you don't want to bring it up. Maybe you should. It's called communication. It's the number one thing that results in divorce today because nobody fucking does it. Everybody does it through their fucking phone. So curiosity. Let's keep going down on some of these comments here. Since you have not bothered to interact with the discussion you stirred up, the post is locked. You've gotten plenty of feedback, advice, and questions, none of which, it seems, you've bothered to read. Message the mods if you want to participate, and we will unlock it. This is what I'm talking about. You can't even fucking have respect for these people. And I mean, I genuinely mean this. Respect for the people to putting themselves out there. But you then can't even fucking tell your shit because they don't like it and so they block you. And I mean, probably Reddit. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just, I don't even, yeah. Let's do one more and then we'll wrap this up. This one looks fun on the right. You guys aren't going to like this. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh my god, this is an essay. Let me see here. I just taking a quick browse. Nah, that's just like, nah, no thank you. All right. I don't really want to do picture ones just from a privacy perspective, but let's be honest, these people are online, so if I get to roast it, I will roast it in a respectful, alleged kind of way thing. Let's see. This might be fun. Okay, was all going great, and now this. Anyone had this happen? All right, this is kind of short. So So I've been on the app a few weeks, a few matches, a couple of dates. I'm a surgeon, 40. Not sure if that's a male or female. And no baggage, so I figured why not? So I had a date about after a week of chatting. Went very well. We ended up at my place, drinking coffee, taking fucking English, Jesus people. For hours, and she told me she was sick of inconsistent guys, and one thing she liked about me was I was really good at communicating. Yeah, I might want to work on that. Anyway, she stayed over in the next few days. All was good. She said her feet were hurting, so I got her a pair of socks she likes. She said no one has ever been so thoughtful for socks. I asked her to do something this last weekend, and she joked that she wondered what took me so long. She thought I wasn't interested. We said, let's get some food the weekend anyway. Saturday morning, she calls and says she's visiting her nephew at the hospital. Can we sort of plan later? He's been there a while. I was like, of course, that's more important. Be cool auntie. She messages me and sends pics of the rest of Saturday. About midnight, she lets me know she's home. She's tired. So I dropped her a good morning. About 11 a.m., went about my day, gets blah, blah, blah. Sent another message and did a blah, blah, blah. Since then, crickets. I'm not blocked, but it's now Monday. Still haven't heard nothing. I just don't understand at all. That is, by definition, broken record, spot of nerd. We do it every single time. By definition, that is the world of today. Number one, there is no communication. That just doesn't exist between human beings anymore. Number two, communication doesn't exist anymore. Whether it's a relationship, let's be honest, sometimes friendships. And number three, communication. You obviously have no idea, just that story alone, what's been going on between the two of you. Because you're not talking to each other. You're not explaining what's going on in your own life. You're just assuming probably that insert XYZ, which my interpretation is you've lost interest. You kind of had a realization in about 24 hours. And if I can be blunt, let's be very clear here. And I'm going to be alleged. I'm pretty confident a certain somebody on the other end got bored, because that's what happens to a lot. I've been friend zoned. If I had $1 for every time I've been friend zoned or even just ghosted or anything like that, I would be a bazillionaire. Yes, such a thing exists. What I've learned in my ripe old age is that's where the peace comes in. If you're not willing to just put the work in relationship, in a friendship, in yourself, peace out, fuck off, insert XYZ here. It's just not going to happen. So I thought it would just be, like I said, jokes aside, I thought it'd be kind of fun, and maybe we'll do this more. You know what I mean? Because it is part of our favorite thing now when I forgot to use the damn fucking clip, because you know what we need to do? Sometimes we just need to go there.
Let's go there, shall we?
And I just realized that's an AI fucking video that the YouTube banner says Yamble. Whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, anyway, I just thought it's kind of fun. That's the world of dating now. And interestingly enough, it was kind of, as you saw, the age ranges are anywhere from younger to older. My God, we are so fucked. As a society, as human beings, we are so fucked. So we'll leave it there. I love you guys. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. And tomorrow, maybe we'll do something. We'll probably do something different. Anyway, I love you guys. We'll see you then. Lighters. Broken record a lot tonight.